My fair lady, how are you?
The fairest of them all, Squeeze. How are you?
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
I thought you were going to sing My Fair Lady.
No, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
RFK.
Social media, please.
All right, let's go. All right.
Okay. Clueless would like to know, how does a couple file joint tax returns if one of them is not a U.S. resident, but the other is a citizen? The non-citizen has no papers as of yet.
The non-citizen has no papers. You get a W-7 form. You get a tax identification number, and then you file a joint tax return.
Garcia asks, my parents filed for my green card while I was over 21. My petition has been approved, and I'm just about ready to submit my DS-260 and getting ready for an interview. My problem is that I have overstayed for over 2 years in the U.S. Is that going to be a major problem when I interview? What should I do?
Who's filing for who?
My parents filed for my green card. So her parents are filing for her when she was over 21.
And she overstayed in the United States by 2 years?
Yeah.
When was this?
It doesn't say when it was.
If you overstayed by more than 2 years over the age of 18 and left, you have a 10-year bar. So unless that was more than 10 years ago, you got a big problem. You should be calling us.
CIA Jammy.
CIA Jammy.
CIA Jammy.
CIA Jammy.
Yes.
First name CIA.
Last name Jammy. Last name
CIA
Jammy. That's
Jammy.
usually how it is when it's CIA Jammy.
CIA Jammy asks,
Yes.
how long does it take for a U.S. father to file for his adult son?
That's 7 years. Unless you know somebody in the CIA to do it faster for you.
There's got to be some loopholes there.
Yeah.
Denise, I am a U.S. citizen and I'd like to petition for my spouse who's in Jamaica. How long is it going to take for the I-130 to be approved? He's now visiting here on a visiting visa.
About 8-9 months, but maybe if he's visiting here, maybe you want to let him stay for 90 days and do the adjustment here. It would be faster, probably.
Nicole asked, my notice of intent to revoke was reaffirmed. Now what do I expect?
You expect that you've been denied fully. You need to come see us and see about filing something new.
Janice, how much is it to adjust my very senior citizen mom's status, and what should I do?
$1,760, and you file an adjustment application. Just because she's a very, very senior doesn't mean she gets a discount. This is not the movies.
Not the movies.
Right. By the way, Squeeze,
Yeah.
you have reached the age now. I think I have. Well, I don't know about you. Maybe you haven't reached the age yet. Okay, but I am 6 months away from being eligible to receive the AARP magazine. At 50, you can do it. AARP in 6 months from now. Would you believe that?
I feel like we're going to need to have some sort of partnership with AARP for your birthday.
Yes, maybe.
We should start working on that
Maybe.
now.
I don't know. That's very sad. When I get it, I'm just going to cry.
Are you implying that
I'm just gonna
getting old is a
cry.
bad thing?
Well,
Have you ever read it? There's some solid tips in there.
no, I haven't read it because I'm not 50 yet. But when I'm 50, they will send it to me.
Are you looking into your assisted living home yet?
I am not looking into the assisted living home as of yet. No, not yet.
1-800 LAWLINK.
Brad,
Sure you
I hear
know
that
that
those
number.
movies,
Right. And Natalie says it just comes automatically to you. You don't even ask for it. Just start showing up.
Like, hello.
Hi, I'm here from the old age magazine.
they just get it every month. They get a list of people who turned 50
I don't
and just
know.
plot on.
I don't know how
their
it works.
lives.
You are
I
officially
don't know.
old.
I don't know how that works.
Let's get back to some more
Yeah.
questions. What do you got next?
Lisa is asking, is WIC safe to apply for if you're a conditional green card holder, or would it cause problems when I apply to remove the conditions?
Well, if you don't apply to remove the conditions, you're going to be illegal. That's a problem. So you got to apply to remove the conditions. But what would cause a problem? Is she asking?
Is WIC safe to apply for?
Yeah.
Okay. Michelle is asking, my dad has filed for me since 2012, and all I received is a letter of confirmation of applications. How much longer do I have to
You
wait?
should have gotten approval. So if confirmation is approval, then you're fine. Then you would wait about another 2 years. If you just have a receipt but not approval, you should be calling me because you should have got the approval a long time ago.
Cheryl says, I have sponsored my husband. He just started to work the last week of October of last year. My question is, he's only worked for 2 months. Can I put him on my taxes as a dependent, or do we need to file a joint tax return?
Joint tax return.
Useford, I'm sorry, I butchered it. Useford wants to know, my sister has 2 kids that were born here. How can she get her green card? She's lived here for over 30 years and her kids are 20 and 18.
Wait till the child's 21 and let her file away.
She asks, can a U.S. citizen brother file for a sister that lives in the U.S.? And if so, how long does that take?
12 to 15 years, file the I-130. The answer is yes. Who knows what it'll be at the end in 12 to 15 years from now?
No one knows.
Carrie Ann asks, can someone file for the 19-year-old son on their 2-year conditional green card? And if yes, how soon after receiving the conditional green card can she file?
The next day.
And what's the procedure? He's in the U.S. and out of status.
File the I-130.
King asks, what forms do you file with a SIJ case?
An I-360 and an adjustment, I-45.
Kasana wants to know, how soon after you receive an approval of notice for an I-130 visa can you expect an interview from the embassy?
Depends on who's sponsoring you. Are you on a waiting list? Who's the sponsor?
I believe it's her parent, if I remember from yesterday, because she asked.
If she's over 21, it's a 7-year wait.
Okay. Marcia Lay, I'm married. My husband is doing an application. Could you tell me the cost for the applications and what forms should be filled out? I'm here in.
You're in the United States, this woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's $1,760. You have to file an I-45, an I-130, an I-864 affidavit of support, I-765 work permit, I-131 advance parole. $1,760 in total. To the government. You make your check out Department of Homeland Security. Attention Donald Trump. No, you don't say attention Donald.
Zarifa says, this question is from a friend who's currently at work and can't watch. Good citizen, Zarifa. So I did a self-petition this month. It makes a year since my papers were submitted. The work permit was approved in March of last year as per prima facie, but the actual permit was never sent. What do I do? I have a lawyer, and he said he last contacted them that they never gave him any info. Self-petition was done under VAWA.
And how long ago was this VAWA done?
A year this month.
It takes a year and a half. Hang in there.
Okay. Princess, after prima facie is established, how long does it take for the case to be approved? Different person.
About a year.
And is work authorization obtainable through that?
It's not obtainable through the prima facie, but it's obtainable if the abuse was through a U.S. citizen. You could file the adjustment and get a work permit, or you can get a work permit after the I-360 is approved. Generally speaking, if domestic abuse was through a U.S. citizen, you file the adjustment immediately so you can get your work permit and green card as quickly as possible. By the way, we have been hovering around 216 people squeeze.
Yep, hovering.
Okay, hovering.
Hovering.
Like a UFO over Area 61 in New Mexico. Okay, hovering, just there. And we need to get to 250. All right, so I'm going to ask everybody right now, unless you want Squeeze to be answering the immigration questions, which may or may not be correct, or you'd rather have me answer the immigration questions.
Well, let's just clear one thing.
Actually, you could actually answer.
Do not use me as a scapegoat, because I do not answer immigration questions.
I was going to make a joke that you've been doing this long enough.
No, I will not answer any immigration questions.
But if you want.
And are you threatening the people?
I am threatening them.
That you're not going to answer the questions
Correct.
unless you get to. You can't do that.
Why can't I? I just did
that
it.
Would not be ethical.
I just did it.
It would not be ethical.
But I just did it.
No, you didn't.
I don't threaten people.
What do you do?
I was just suggesting.
You make a promise?
I was just suggesting that maybe Squeeze should be answering
these questions. You made an offer that they can't refuse?
They offer they can't refuse.
Basically, what Brad is simply saying is that we would like to get to at minimum 250 concurrent viewing. Ultimately, we always get to about 4,000.
And look at that. As soon as I threaten people, 10 people just shut off the thing.
Exactly.
Look at that.
That's what I'm saying.
Now 15 people have shut it off.
Never, ever do that.
Right. Don't. It was fine until you suggested I was threatening.
No. Why don't you let me do this?
Okay.
Let me fix this.
Sure. Fix it.
All right? Okay. Brad, you stick to just answering immigration questions. Squeeze, you stick to the marketing. So here's what I need of everyone. All right? I need everyone who is listening to us on 93.5 FM to get on Facebook and share the Facebook page called Brad and Squeeze. You're going to share it on your own timeline. Then you're going to share it to at minimum 30 to 50 of your friends. Please do this. We really need for you to do this. Sharing is truly caring. So please share the Brad and Squeeze show. And look at it like you're actually helping others out there who are in a position that truly needs some legal advice, and they're getting it for free by way of the Brad and Squeeze show. So once again, share it to at least 50 of your friends, 30, 50, but just keep sharing it to your friends' timelines. The link, you can just click on that share and it says friends timeline, and you find a friend and you just share it on it. All right, do that for us. Get us up to 250 concurrent. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we're going to be close to 4,000, 5,000 views right now. So make sure you make that share of the Brad and Squeeze show. And also, if you are subscribed to any groups, share it in the groups. That's the quickest way to get it out. If you're in any groups out there, share the link in the groups. Also, if you're a part of any other pages, share it on the page. With that said, we're getting back to answering immigration questions. We should probably go to the phone lines and get some calls.
Nobody has calls today. It's very interesting. I want to speak to some people.
Okay.
So call
why don't I do this?
1-800-529-5465.
You got to slow it down.
1-800.
Everyone out there, call this number, 1-800-529-5465. If you have a green card question, a citizenship question, a work permit question.
Talk to them.
Anything. I'm looking at you.
Talk to them.
I'm talking to you.
I don't need to.
Because I want for you to
them.
understand that when I'm doing my little blurb, or whatever you call it, spiel, okay?
Your shtick.
My shtick.
Your shtick.
My shtick.
Yeah.
All right? You know, let me do my shtick. All
Yeah,
right?
your shtick.
1-800-529, I'm looking at you, 5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. You call that number, I will force this guy to answer your immigration question. And I promise you that. Even if I've got to get up and, no, I don't want to say choke him, strangle him. All right?
All right.
Think about that choke joke. All right?
Jeff Bosey says he's happy to call and just chat.
Okay.
I'm quite sure Jeff
I'm sure he
wouldn't
is.
mind.
He was born here, but he just likes soaking up the information anyway. So
Jeff must be a rich guy, man.
yeah,
He's got to be a rich guy.
Yeah,
He
'cause-
doesn't miss any show.
Yeah.
He's always participating, always sharing.
So
Just
Tamika
relax.
Nelson must be very rich too. She never
they,
misses
you know,
either.
their
Anybody-
job is just to
anybody
watch the
watches
show.
all day long.
Their job,
has to
oh
be
yeah,
very,
listen, let me
very
get my
rich.
cup of coffee. I've got to go to work.
Yes.
And that's getting on the Brad and Squeeze show and just sharing, and watching it.
Patrice wants to know, I'm out of status in the state that my son's father is in the state, and my son's father is a citizen filing for him. He won't be able to go and take him to the interview. Can my sister take him even though on his paperwork she is not a legal guardian?
Why can't the father take him? It's going to be a problem. Father should be taking him.
Okay. King wants to know, can you apply for advanced parole with SIG, and do you need to file an I-864W?
You don't need an I-864W. You do an advanced parole.
Gloria, if you lost your...
Yeah.
Gloria says, if you lost your green card, can you file for your citizenship without it? I lost mine and
Yes.
I've had it for 10 years.
Yes.
Anthony asks, I'm a resident of the U.S. and I want to get my daughter here from Jamaica. Do I need permission from her mother?
The U.S. Embassy may ask for a letter from the mother saying it's okay to take the child out of the country.
Vivian asks, so my husband went for the interview but was required to bring an affidavit of support from me and my joint sponsor. But my joint sponsor is no longer interested in helping me. What should I do?
The joint sponsor, get another joint sponsor.
Jacqueline says, I'm a resident and I filed for my
sponsor gets
16
You want to help? Get another one, right?
That seems
pretty
common sense.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, where's the trick question there? So I had to actually think for a second. I'm like,
Jacqueline asks, I'm a resident and I filed for my 16-year-old son since last March of 2017. I know they received my petition, but I haven't heard anything else. So what should I do?
March of 2017. Come see us if you haven't heard by the end of the month. They should have heard by now.
Tonetsky says, if someone filed for his mother and father and they came in December, can he put them on his 2017 tax return as dependents?
Yes.
Tamara says, I want to sponsor my mother. Can my 18-year-old brother come with her?
No.
Kasana says, can I apply for a visiting visa even though my mother is currently filing for me?
No.
Trudy asks, what's the cost if you're filing for citizenship?
$725.
And King has one more question. When you file an I-131 advance parole with SIG and you need to file the request of I-64W, request for exemption, do you file that along with an I-485, an I-360, and an I-765?
Yes.
Perfect. And I think that just about wraps up what we got today.
All
There you
right,
go.
there you go. Thank you
Another
very
one in
much,
the can.
social media queen.